This is the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for May 14th, 2024. It's currently April 10th, 2024, 12:44 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading, $513.42, that's USD. And the shuffle video we're playing for you in the lower left corner was created on March 10th, 2024 at 7:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Overall theme and behavior for SPY on the 14th. When you get the Prince of Swords as the theme card, there's generally a lot of volatility or even like price swinging going on. There is a significant trade opportunity highlighted today, and then behavior around the highest high, we have a period of volatility and a sharp drop that stands out in that period of volatility. Behavior around the lowest low, we have a significant decline on at least a one-day chart into the low. Either that or it's like bearish price swings, and we find the low within those bearish price swings. I think it's probably a really sharp drop based on what I'm seeing, and I'm advised not to chase. A little unclear. I think probably not to chase a rally into a high here. We'll like attempt to establish support probably, and that would be a good place to cash out, because it looks like the high and the low are within close time proximity to each other. We'll get into that in more detail when we talk about the best trades for the day in just a moment. Before we do that, I want to make sure everybody's aware. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing, as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube Tips, and that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. So here we open lower in comparison to the close of the 13th. We have a period of volatility in the pre-market and a fast sudden move higher that marks the end of that period of volatility. There's a prominent move higher through key resistance on a one-day chart right around the open. It's followed by a full retracement back down through that same price level shortly thereafter. Makes like a capital A in the English language if the price level was like the horizontal line. There's an important trough right in the first half hour. It's an important trough. Yeah, matter of fact, you see this. We've got this, so you could probably open up a short position here. If you don't want to close it for a day trade, you could probably hold it. You could probably hold it into tomorrow too, because we've got this death card here. This is probably the lower price level, or the lowest price level of it's either the same price level as the low, or it's a lower price level as the lows of the prior day. And then we have this unexpected move to the upside in the first half hour. Notable move to the upside. There'll be a failed attempt to break through key resistance there within a period of volatility, and then we have another notable move to the upside between 11 and 12. It's also followed by a full retracement back down before 12 o'clock. Right around 12:30, significant move higher, taking us to a high for the day. Just a little bit later on, around like 1 o'clock, we're going to have like almost as high of a price level. So I would say watch that price level around 12:30, that spike. And then when we come back to just close to it, that's where I would cash out of a long if I'm in a long position at this point. Because that Ace of Swords, important price level or important resistance level on a multi-day scale probably, that we decline from pretty notably into a low. So we go from like close to a high. We go from close to a high around 115 or 110 into a low for the day about 130-ish, maybe a little later. It's a good possibility that there's a high, like a very significant high on a 1 month chart scale here around this Ace of Swords, right? We've got Princess of Swords here as the theme card. It's also the high for May. We see it appearing here. So there's a good shot that's the highest high, but if it's not, it'll be close. And we have like another peak, not as high as the highs of earlier, but there's another peak somewhere between 2 and 3. There's a U-shaped dip from that peak. So like we drop from that peak and then we return back to it somewhere in the last hour. But from that second peak, we decline pretty notably on a one-day chart. And this Ace of Wands in the post-market. So if we're, it's hard to place this one. This energy could be here at the end of the day, taking us into this truce card resistance for a high for the day, but more likely, it's talking about a high, like another high on the prior day with a notable move higher into it, and an opportunity to open a short or close along there. And we have the Princess of Swords again here, theme card and high card for the May reading on the 1 year cluster. But what you can count on here is that when you get this resistance level here, this Ace of Swords resistance, generally what'll happen is you'll decline from that resistance enough that you could have opened up a short position at the resistance and then close it at the low, right? But then we reverse and we should return all the way back to that resistance or close based on it being an Ace of Swords resistance. So at the low, you could open up a long and close the long when we exiting at that resistance when we return to it. That's generally how it works. It might be the following day that we return to it. But that's SPY for the 14th. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Make sure to follow that rule of karma. It's super important. You know where to go. You know what to do. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the Discord channel. Everybody else, I'll see you guys on the next one.